Hello, and welcome back to a special edition of Make It Yappin'. I am Bethany and this is Shan.
Hello.
Hi babe, how you doing?
Bit rough, mate, I'm not gonna lie. Just got back from download.
Back from download?
Yeah.
Are your bogies still black?
Yeah, babe. I don't even want to think about what's in them.
Just what's left of my soul, I think, at this point. After my first 5-day festival. As always, what is your advice for the week?
Well, my advice for this week is download themed. It's when you go to a festival, just make sure that you interact and have a laugh with strangers, because it is actually some of the most wholesome interactions that you'll have.
Definitely.
Yeah,
we met some great people there.
Oh, it was brilliant actually.
Joss even found people who liked Warhammer, which was just fantastic for him.
And what is your advice for the week?
My advice for the week is that man offering you cherry Lambrini at 9 AM has wizard energy. Take the Lambrini. Do not take the homemade vape oil unless you want to astral project into a Slipknot cover band's group chat.
Very, very accurate actually.
Yes. It's a wonder we made it home.
There's always one with like homemade moonshine or something there.
Yeah. I made this weed oil at home myself.
Oh god.
And it looks like tar.
Yeah, it's literally just black goo.
Just great though. Right, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Right. 5 days at download.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice today, but
Shan sounds like she's been smoking 60 a day for the past 20 years. So.
I've got major vape flu.
Oh my god. At least that'll go soon.
Oh god, I know. Christ alive.
Off the £12 clicks that we had.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I tell you what, they saved my life at some points. The nicotine actually, I swear, helps me.
It does revive, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But the thing is, I'm like getting up out of the tent and just hitting the vape immediately.
See, I was getting up out of the tent and getting head rush from the nicotine.
Yeah, fair.
I tell you what though, getting there was alright.
Of the journey down, yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I broke it up though. I don't think I could do what you did, because you...
Yeah, so we set off from Barrow, obviously in Cumbria, at like 6 in the morning.
It's 3.5 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, but it took us longer because the traffic was absolutely horrific. So I think we got there at like 10:30.
Right. Oh no, that does sound about right actually, because I'd stopped over with Joss the night before at one of his mates' house that lives nearby.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. And Lily. I really appreciate it. And we still got up at 6, but obviously we were only half hour away.
Yeah.
And it was alright with the traffic.
It was quite fun actually though, because we convoyed with Davis, our mate, and we had like walkie-talkies and that, so it was dead funny. But yeah, it was a long journey down, like, but when we got there it was fine. It was just roasting.
Yeah, it was. I've never known sun like it in Britain, you know. Never ever.
She was brutal.
It was absolutely brutal in terms of, like, they're not wrong when they say that it's either when you go to download you either drown or you burn. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
This year was absolutely burn load.
Yeah. The fact that we were there, we were in the queue for like quite a while. I don't know about you, because basically we got there earlier, and so we thought, right, well, we'll go in and we'll get set up earlier, try and find a space where all of us can camp.
Yeah.
But we felt like we were waiting for you guys for absolutely fucking ages.
Oh, we were in the queue forever to get in.
Yeah, because there was 5 of us and 4 of you guys, because you've gone down with Amber and Jamie, and we'd gone down with Boone, Shan and Sophie.
Yeah.
And yeah, try to like
the Davises, the lucky shits, obviously they were in RIP camping.
Yeah.
So they like got in immediately and like dead quickly.
See, this is the thing, like I was fucked after Wednesday because we'd spent so long in the sun.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'd put like sun cream on and we kept hydrated and what have you, but like it's like an early morning, so we were up from 6 o'clock and out at 7, and then driving there, obviously we were only around the corner, so it wasn't too bad, but like then being in the sun for that long, stood in the sun, there wasn't any shaded areas.
Yeah, 0.
And then you're lugging all your shit as well.
And then setting up camp.
And then you're setting up camp. So by the time that we'd set up camp, I think by about 1-2 o'clock-ish.
Yeah, we had, yeah.
But I was fucked for the rest of the day because we were in midday sun.
Yeah, we just chilled out though that day, didn't we? We just kind of like had beers around the camp and that, and then
I'd
went to bed.
I'd sent Joss and we'd sent the lads on a mystical quest to the co-op.
Yeah.
I really wanted to go, but I was absolutely fucking done in from the sun to the point that I actually had to like I had to have a little lie down.
Mid-session nap.
Yeah, mid-session nap because I did that every day. I was absolutely fucked. But yeah, like they got the co-op, hadn't they?
Yeah.
Joss returned, bless him, with the last bottle of After Sun and some fucking strawberries for me, which was so nice.
Oh my god, yeah, that
And
punnet of strawberries.
Yeah, he came back and he was like, I got you these, and I started crying because it was just, I was very overwhelmed. I was very touched by the fact that he thought to get me strawberries to hydrate me, because I was too tired to even get like food and stuff. I was knackered. But Purple Camp, I think, that's where we set up. We were near the, there was like a little fried chicken spot on the general store.
Yeah, we were near that, weren't we?
Yeah, which was really great.
It was spot on actually, because it was literally not even a 2-minute walk to the stand.
It would have been 30 seconds had we not had to like
Yeah.
go in between the fucking guide ropes.
Yeah, weaving through the guide ropes.
Tripping over the pissing guide ropes. I know.
So, our camp life was upgraded this year by you.
Yeah.
So Beth took it upon herself to bring a separate tent for pissing in. We didn't just piss in the tent, by the way. She brought a toilet as well.
A £12 like collapsible toilet from Temu that absolutely saved my life.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to go into too much detail here, but I needed this. Not because I'm an IBS girly, I'm just a bitch that shits. Like I just love it. So regular. I've got my diet like, I say that I've got my diet on point. I have eaten crap for like a week straight.
Yeah.
Sans the punnet of strawberries.
That's wild to me though, because I shat twice at download and that was it.
I went 8 times.
Bro, what? Oh, I couldn't have coped with that.
A Portaloo hates to see me come in, which is why.
Like, the first time I went to download, the first twice, I think, I took Imodium the entire time and just didn't shit.
No.
Because I couldn't bear the idea of it.
I can't bear the idea of carrying that much poo inside me. I need to get it out.
Extra weight.
I need to get it out. So, like, I was like, right, well, I want somewhere which is, like, right next to camp, because I couldn't bear the idea of, in the middle of the night, having to trek all the way at the Portaloos.
They were a while away, like, weren't they?
Like, not knowing also what they were like as well, and not having the space to just piss.
Yeah, and just need a minute to piss.
Yeah, just need a minute of solitude where there isn't any feces smeared up the walls, or there's not any vomit, or it doesn't stink.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the tent stank after, like...
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
But, to be fair, though, it held up really well. Like, it held up a lot better than I thought, because of them deodorising capsule things that you had.
Yeah, literally, again, Temu. Like, it's the only time I've ever used Temu in my life.
It was actually class, to be fair.
Yeah, and it was like this collapsible toilet, so it folded out, so it went dead small. Yeah. But then when it folded out, it was just like... Maybe not quite a normal toilet, it was a bit smaller because my fat ass couldn't, like... It just about coped. But, yeah, it was fine. But it was dead funny because, like, I got made fun of, particularly by the lads, for bringing it. And you know what? Every single one of them fuckers used it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they were like, oh, I'm really, like... Especially when, like, halfway through a festival and, like, the festival food's taking a toll on them, along with, like, the 30 beers they're having a day or whatever. Yeah. Like, oh, I don't really want to...
I don't want to trek all the way to the toilets. Do you mind if I use it? And it was like, ha! Told you
you needed it.
Yeah, told you it was a good idea.
Literally, like...
it was good.
It was a luxury to have in camp, to be fair.
It was much better. And I did also use... So Amber brought piss bags. And they were like bags that you unseal and you piss in and then you seal them back up, and they were actually dead good.
See, yeah, they were actually... They did look really good, actually.
They were.
And very convenient for if you do need, like... a midnight slash.
Yeah, which is always me, always in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Oh, fucking... I was in bed, I think it was at the first night, and basically the way that I pitched it up, so we're on a slight incline because Donington Park is... Hilly as fuck. Like, everyone's like, oh, you want to park? You want to pitch in, like a flat bit. Yeah, you do, but it's trying to fucking find it.
Yeah.
Because everywhere's just a fucking hill. There's only really, like, if you go all the way up the top, like, near the start of where the village is. I think it's where, like, eco camping and quiet camping might be, I don't know.
Yeah, it's near there, yeah.
That you can do that, but then it's lugging all your shit. So, and obviously there was like 9 of us, plus we had mates who were camping nearby us as well, so
yeah,
there was loads of us. So we wanted like a bit more of a party camp anyway. But literally like, we pitched up our tent, and I put the piss tent behind our tent. But because of the way it was pitched, my head was like close to the piss tent's door. Looking back on it, not that sensible really. Because if anything tipped over, mine and Josh's head would have just been covered in
You'd
feces.
have been done. You'd have been done, mate.
Yeah.
Home time for you.
But all I'd heard, because the lads had mentioned to like whoever was camping to us next door, that we had a piss tent, which I'm sure they were absolutely fucking thrilled to hear about, given the fact that we were right next to a tent of piss. We had like heard in the middle of the night, me and Joss were just getting bedded down, and all of a sudden I heard this fucking rustling from the piss tent, thinking everyone had gone to bed. At this point, I'm also like, it was the hottest day. It was Wednesday as well. I had sunstroke. I'm delirious. I'm tired. And I was starkers as well because it was hot. So I'd like got up and I was like, I don't really know what I'm gonna do here. Like I said to Joss, because I was like, there's someone who's getting in the tent, and I need to sound like threatening in order to make sure that like they understand that this is,
you can't use it.
You can't use my tent. So like I opened the back door just ever so slightly because again starkers, and went, "Oi, what dirty scruff is using my tent?"
You bellowed.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Who is that?
I was like, it's me.
Sorry.
Oh, it's always me in the middle of the night, always.
And then I was like, oh, it's all right, babe, don't worry.
Yeah, the change in tone was wild.
Yeah. I was like, you carry on, you do what you need to do. It's just because I wasn't expecting it, so, but yeah, it was just quite funny because like...
We did have such a good time though.
Yeah.
I drank so much.
I physically just could not. The only thing I could drink was water. I spent most of the festival sober.
I drank a shitload of water, like.
Yeah, it was fucking unreal. I mean, the walk itself, actually, getting there, I've heard wasn't actually too bad. And for the most part, it wasn't like, yeah, you're lugging all your stuff, but a lot of it was tarmacked.
It never used to be like this.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been able to cope if it
used to be well over an hour walk.
Yeah, fuck that in that heat. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Or even if it was raining, it'd be a fucking pain in the ass as well. You know, it's a lot to do, but it was all right, tarmac.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, was it?
No, it was good. What was I gonna say? I thought to myself, I was like, did I bring enough stuff? I was worried that I was gonna overpack because obviously, like, Joss was like, you're just bringing too much stuff. When I told him that I was bringing an extra 10 and a toilet, and I was like, no, you will need this. I was worried that I brought too much stuff, but then we had some mates in RIP who were like, we've brought just as much as you, and obviously like they didn't have to bring a tent.
They've sort of all accommodated for, aren't they?
Yeah, so I was like, right, I'm alright then. And I brought basically like a full army backpack. And
you did well to get a lot of stuff in, just like the amount of bags that you had.
Honestly, given the fact that I've just been living out of suitcases for like well over a year now, I'm pretty expert.
Tetrising.
I am very good at packing now. But the annoying thing is that because of the tent that me and Joss had, there wasn't the space to really get everything out, so all of my crap was just buried under all of my other crap.
Yeah. It always works that way though.
But yeah. We
had a trolley. Do you know what? Liquid gold.
Yeah.
A trolley.
Yeah.
Absolute gold.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it without it.
Yeah. I mean, I had gone to Primark like weeks before, because I was like, I need a trolley, but I don't want to spend, because those trolleys that you had, like the big ones with the wheels and stuff, they could set you back like...
Oh, they're expensive, like, yeah.
Yeah, like £100.
I think mine was 80.
Yeah.
From Argos.
Which I was like, I wouldn't mind getting one of those, because to be honest, if I hadn't got the one that I got, I would have got one of them.
Yeah.
But I was like, what can I do to get like something cheaper? And I got this shitty thing from Primark, because I was in the Trafford Centre. And it was just, again, a fold-out one that I just got a couple of bits in.
Yeah. And
stuck the sleeping bag over the top. It was absolutely great. It cost me £18.
Fair.
And you know what? Because it didn't rain, it fucking held up as well, and it was 4 wheels. So I was zooming down that fucking tarmac. I was doing well good. Yeah, it was great. trying to think, what else? I think, like, in terms of Wednesday and Thursday, though, every fucker got a heat stroke.
Yes.
I was so bad on Thursday morning, I was like, I'm not going to make it through the festival.
Really?
We trekked up to the bacon, like the breakfast roll spot, and I got myself a bacon roll. And I was just, it was one of those things where I was like, I drank so much fucking water because I must have just not drank enough, or maybe just because I drank alcohol the day before.
Yeah.
And we'd been in the sun for so long. I felt rotten. And it was one of those things where I was like, I know I need to eat. And in my stomach, it felt really good when I ate. But then, like, you know, when you feel it in your, like, kind of throat, lungs type thing where you're feeling sick, I was like that. But I managed to get through it and then, like, get through the day. Some of the rest of us, some of us, most of the lads were alright, with the exception of Jamie, who gave himself fucking
God.
2nd degree burns.
Literally his forehead started blistering.
Oh, it was really
Looked
bad.
so sore.
Yeah.
To be fair though, he championed it.
Yeah, he did. He did a fucking cracking job of getting through.
I think no, that's not true. Quite a few of us went to the medical tent though.
Yeah.
Quite a few
How
of us.
was your medical tent experience?
Oh, it was great. Right, so I ended up with heat stroke on the Friday. As we were walking to the first day of the festival.
Yeah. So we've not even got in the arena yet.
Not even got in the arena yet. And I had to stop where they do the security checks. I had to stop there, and I was like, I'm going to pass out.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I'm going to throw up. I was like, I'm just going to die, I think.
Yeah.
It was rough as fuck. So I went to the medical tent.
Yeah.
And then they sent me to the welfare tent, where there's just like beds, like thick yoga mats on the floor.
Yeah.
Where you just sort of go and lie down and they give you water and whatever.
Yeah.
Wasn't feeling any better. So Jordan, bless him, had to go back to the medical tent and get me some paracetamol because my temperature was just insane.
Yeah.
And this paramedic came back with Jordan. Yeah. Because he can't give Jord drugs for me.
It's fucking paracetamol.
Yeah, I know, it's daft, innit?
It's not Eckies.
Exactly, I'm only wanting two. Like, but they have to speak to the person that giving paracetamol to.
Jesus wept.
I know. So he came through, he had a chat with me. I don't even really remember the conversation because I was fucking dying.
Yeah.
And they gave us a sleeve. He actually apologised to me because he gave us a sleeve of 10 paracetamol that you'd get out of a normal box.
Yeah.
Guess how much I was?
Didn't
He charged me, by the way, for it.
But that's fucking terrible.
Which is mad. That's what he apologised for.
Like, you get it from the shop, so it's 50p or so from the shop. So what, £1.50?
£3.50, mate.
What?
Yeah, for 10 paracetamol. I was furious.
Was it magic fucking paracetamol?
Literally. But anyway, yeah, we did that. And then I was fine after that. But I did feel a bit bad because we missed People, which Jord really wanted to see. So I do feel a bit guilty about that. But it is what it is. And I was fine after that. Absolutely sound. Boone went to the medical tent for his fucky eye.
Oh, Boone and Sham with their allergies.
They suffered, like.
They suffered, man.
They
like,
did suffer.
Because I think probably because of the heat and stuff.
And the pollen and that, her face went right up, didn't it?
Yeah, I felt really, really bad for him. Boone got dust in his eye.
He got a severe case of dry eye.
Yeah,
and ended up in the medical tent.
It was quite funny as well because we were telling him all day to stop rubbing his eye, and he continued to rub his eye.
Yeah, he kept fucking about with it.
Which obviously made it. We're not laughing at his misfortune. It's just that if you knew him, you would do the same. But they both championed through, which was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all had shit wrong with it. It's just quite funny because obviously, like, when you're prepping for a festival, you've got no idea what you're going to come up against. Like, we were checking the weather every day. Sometimes it was saying it was raining, sometimes it wasn't.
Yeah.
I took wellies, I didn't even fucking use them.
No, I didn't. They didn't even come out of the bag.
No. They're still in there with my gel insoles, just in case.
Yeah.
I need to properly unpack.
Yeah, I've still not done it.
No.
Still piled up.
Fuck that.
That's right now.
I can't bear to look at it. I tell you what though, I did open because I needed to wash my bras because I've used all of them.
Yeah, I did.
I opened my bag of dirty washing. Fucking hell.
Reeks, mate, doesn't it?
Absolutely stank.
Humdinging.
Really, really stinky. I was like, it's really weird as well because when you're there, you don't think Well, it's not that you don't think that you do. You fucking feel it.
Oh, yeah.
We were applying sun cream, like, religiously, and because of how hot it was...
At least, like, 5 times a day.
Yeah. And because of how hot it was, and obviously the grass was getting worn down, it was getting more dusty and stuff. Every time there was a circle pit, there'd just be, like, a mini dust tornado.
Yeah.
And basically what would happen would be is that you'd sun cream up, and then all of the dust would stick to you. So I remember most days when I was coming back from camp and I was obviously doing your anti-bac wiping,
Oh, yeah.
your wash, so to speak, I would just wipe my face and it was like wiping off full coverage foundation. It was fucking disgusting.
But we were all looking at each other going, oh my God, you've got a lovely tan. We didn't. We were just covered in filth.
What was it? Was it Saturday? I was watching, I can't remember who it was. And we were in the dogtooth stage, and then you guys had gone out with Jordan and whatever, and then they got caught in a shower. Because for some reason, like...
Oh, it was Silosis.
Yes, we were watching Silosis. They were great, by the way. And me and Davis and Joss continued watching Silosis, but the girls came out along with George.
I don't know if it was just getting crushed, and I was just like, I can't be fucked now.
Yeah, but like whenever it rained it down, Lord, it fucking poured down. So
oh yeah, torrential like.
George took advantage of that and took his shirt off and basically had a shower. And what we thought George's tan was just all came off of the rain and he ended up being white again. Dirty fucker.
Yeah, still got a good colour though, to be fair.
Yeah, he is.
He has now.
Honestly, everyone's tan lines are absolutely bonkers.
They're insane.
Yeah.
But the UV index was like 8, so no wonder we were dying.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Yeah, it was mad.
The another feature of our campsite as well that we got every fucking morning for whatever reason. So you'd wake up you'd wake up with the sun hitting your tent, and then basically what would happen would be it would get too hot and you'd just see which tent coughed out the first person. Because that's what it was, because you'd get to a point where you just couldn't fucking breathe. I don't know how Joss slept through some of the stuff. It was so hot.
It was really hot.
But then by about, I would say 10 to 12, maybe 10 to 1, you just get this swarm of fucking beetles.
Yeah.
But they didn't irritate you. They irritated you in the sense of they were just dozy fucks.
They were flying at you.
But
nesting in your hair.
Oh my God, I picked out so many from my head.
Did you?
I was really worried when I came home actually that I'd shower and one would fall out my hair.
Oh, lads, don't. That's freaking me out.
Because we picked a fair few out.
They were dead docile. They didn't bite you or anything out. They just flew at you.
Yeah, they were just idiots. They'd just they'd fly like a drunk driver at you.
Yeah, they did.
They were absolutely ridiculous. But they'd just swarm around you. They weren't after food or anything. I don't know what the fuck they wanted, but yeah, it was just quite funny because...
joining the festival, mate.
Yeah, but you'd just get that for 3 hours and then they'd fuck off. It was really weird.
It was strange.
Every fucking morning.
Yeah.
Which was really odd.
It was minging.
So you'd get up.
Could you hear, distant screams from girls, throughout the campsite. Because the beetles were fucking flying at them, it was dead. You knew when they were coming.
It was dead funny as well, because you'd flip them off or whatever, and they'd immediately die. They were the worst. They just. I don't know how they're still alive. I don't know how they're still a population, because we'd just be constantly accidentally killing them as well, because they were so fucking.
There was loads of them.
They were ridiculous. They gave a very satisfying thwack as well when you batted them away.
Yeah, because they were beefy
Yeah, they were big. They were big. It was just absolutely hilarious. So yeah, you'd wake up in the morning, be too hot, get coughed out by your tent, be every time you'd go outside. Then you'd get attacked by beetles.
Yeah.
And then you had to start getting ready to go.
Yeah.
Whilst also being absolutely
it was quite stressful, to be honest.
It was quite overstimulating.
Yeah, that's why I was just cracking tinnies open at 9 a.m, because I was I need to be pissed.
See, I brought a jug of rum.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't even get through all of it.
Did you not?
Yeah, you know what? It's because I couldn't be asked.
Yeah, fair.
So I've still got that, because Joss had said to me, he was like, do you want to keep it? And I was like, yeah, there's 20 quid's worth of fucking Kraken in there.
I was going to say, it's bloody Kraken, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Me and Joss thought we'd get through it on the first couple of days, but because we were so hot on the Wednesday...
You just don't feel like it, do you?
No, not at all. But it's one of those things, it's not as if it won't get drank. So... There was a couple of I eventually, and you did, got to the village.
Yeah.
On Thursday, which was class, by the way.
The village was sick.
Yeah, I wish I'd spent a bit more time in there, but again, it was just because of the heat. I just didn't have the energy on the Wednesday.
Well, this time round, it was all tarmacked, all of it. Right.
Yeah.
So, and apparently it's been like that for a while. I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Because the last time I went to Download was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was all just a field, basically.
Mm.
It was all like muddy and that. So
Yeah.
I was kind of dreading it, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But when we got there, I was like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
It was so easy to walk around.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
I know, I wish there was like a hot sauce place there, and I wish I bought something from there because it looked class.
Yeah, I forgot about the hot sauce.
But obviously, it's just keeping it to make it sure it's like cool or whatever. If it was in Rip, yeah, it would do.
The stalls were fucking mint.
Yeah, they were absolutely class.
They really were.
really good. And they sold all sorts, which was it was really fun, and like the food.
We were getting hats and silly glasses and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, the boys, Jamie and Joss, like fucking burnt themselves quite badly. Obviously, on the first couple of days on the necks and stuff. And I don't think Jamie had brought a hat, and Joss only had a cap. I tried him in a bucket hat, but he turned around and said that he didn't like the bucket hat because it made him feel ketty.
Was it? Yeah, it's very Leeds Festival.
Yeah,
it's a bucket hat.
It is.
Although I loved mine.
Yeah, I loved mine. I lived in mine. But also it didn't cover his neck.
Oh yeah, he got badly burnt on his neck, didn't he?
Yeah, so we had to get him and Jamie some like these fucking like they were basically a cap.
It's like a safari hat though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But with like a flap at the back that covers your neck.
It was so funny as well because I basically bullied Joss into it. They were 25 quid.
Were they?
Yeah, I was like, you're getting this because you burnt your neck, and he was just like, but I'm gonna look so silly, and I'm like,
no one gives a shit.
No one gives a shit. I was like, look at me, I'm in like a bucket hat.
Just do what you can to survive. That's the goal at a festival.
Yeah, 100%. So like we got him his hat, and the first thing we then met up with Jamie, Amber, and Soph. The first thing Jamie said to him was like, "Oi, where'd you get that hat?" And then we got Jamie one.
Yeah, buzzing.
With his crusty blistered head. Bless him. So yeah, there was a lot of different like unique experiences. Oh, one thing that me and Shan did go do in the village, which was absolutely class, was the oxygen tent.
Oh yeah, the oxygen lounge.
Yeah, it was absolutely
Sick.
class. So you'd sit there, kind of like you were sitting at a bar, and then they give you like a little
you know that like them plastic things that you get in a hospital and it goes in your nose and tucks behind your ears.
Yeah.
It was that one.
Yeah.
And it's like flavoured oxygen basically, like pure oxygen.
Yeah, it was absolutely class. It's supposed to give you like a bit of a buzz, and particularly good for when you're hungover. We weren't hungover at this point, but we were knackered obviously from
Yeah,
the
we
sun.
were still feeling like shit.
So it was supposed to give you like a little boost, which it did, to be fair, because we walked around for like the rest of the night.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We were well awake.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
It was nice.
But
then everyone started coming over because you can taste it. It's weird. You can like taste the flavours that they've put in it.
Yeah.
And then it was like on our breath, so all of our mates started like coming over and like being like, "Oh, give us a sniff." Just breathing on everyone.
Can I have twos on that?
Yeah, can I get twos on that? So good.
Oh my god, yeah.
And the carnival was cool.
Yeah, it was quite cool.
And the food was unbelievable.
Particularly in the village, I would say the village had the better food than the
agree.
arena.
I agree.
There was some great food. There was some great food in the village.
We went to the Greek.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Smashing.
Yeah.
And a halloumi wrap. It was the best thing I've ever had.
Yeah, it looked bloody good.
Oh,
I got
brilliant.
some really nice churros.
Oh yeah, the churros were good.
From one of the stands, and I really liked the little innovation they had. So basically, like they'd had like
Oh yeah, that cardboard thing.
yeah. So you put the churros in the cardboard holder, but then there was like a section for your dip at the top.
Yeah, it was sick.
Absolutely class. Really, really good.
Jard also got something from the Greek, and it was like this like chicken wrap thing.
Oh, that looked really good.
Oh, it was like full. And when I say full, it was like the biggest wrap I've ever seen in my life.
This is the thing, right? If you're charging 14, 15, 16 quid for a meal,
Which it was.
That's what I expect.
Big time. It's got to be a fucking portion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I had some good food. I did have like some really nice food in the arena though. There was a Japanese dumpling place.
Oh, I didn't try there and I meant to.
It was absolutely fucking unbelievable.
Rob and Rachel said that as well. They said it was really good. I think they went.
Yeah, there was another place as well. There was Himalayan dumplings, and that was also really good. And you could get like a bed of like sticky rice and some beef.
Stop.
And
why didn't I go there?
Oh no, it was really good. And I wanted to go again on Sunday, and when I went, they were out of food. It was a bit of a shame on Sunday because like basically all of like the lesser good food was left.
Yeah.
which was a bit of a shame. But yeah, I had some real good feeds at Download this year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that pizza place up at the Welders Yard as well.
That was good.
The Good Slice, I think
Yeah.
it was called. Absolutely class. I really enjoyed it, and the homemade aioli
Oh, spot on.
was fucking unbelievable.
Really good. We had paella from there as well.
Oh yeah, Jord did, didn't he?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, it looked really good. Download also had a skate park this year.
Yeah, they did.
I'm no Tony Hawk myself, but it was nice to see. It really, really was.
Yeah, it was.
Just something like a little bit different. It just added to like, I guess,
the vibe. But I was like,
yeah.
I was absolutely gobsmacked that people had brought skateboards to Download.
I could not be asked.
Like, good effort, I guess. Like, that's mad.
I know that I could have brought more, and I'm glad that I didn't. Because I think I brought just enough. I was happy with the amount that I brought.
Yeah.
Because fucking hauling it back to the car. Oh.
Jesus, that was hard.
On Sunday.
Tell me about it.
But we can't talk about Download without talking about who fucking played.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Big time.
Who was your standout?
My standout? That's
Yeah.
really hard, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I was like... obviously, we've seen Sleep Token. Was it last year or earlier this year?
Last year, because it was in Manchester at the Co-op Live Arena.
Yeah. It was back in last year, wasn't it? So I was like, oh yeah, I don't mind seeing him again. But actually, do you know what? It was really good. I was really surprised that their set worked in an outdoor venue.
I think it worked better. Well, no, not that it worked better. It's just that when we saw them last, we were stood in the Co-op Live Arena.
Yeah.
And Sleep Token's vibe to me is more of a show.
It's like a light show.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
It's a performance. Like, people are going to be like, oh, this is a performance. It's a gig. But, like, to me, it's something that you take all in. It's not something that maybe you should be...
It's not just the music with them, is it? It's like, it's a visual show. It's...
I think
there's
to
an
me...
atmosphere. It's... Yeah.
Yeah, I think to me, you've got to be sat watching it rather than being like... I mean, if you want to be in the crowd, be in the crowd. But to me, I think it's a better experience when you can take all of it in and you can see everything. And obviously, like...
And be relaxed also.
Yeah.
To appreciate it all.
That's it. Me and Joss wasn't bothered about Sleep Token.
I know a lot of people weren't. I know they're quite divisive. People were really upset that they were headlining.
Yeah.
In one way I get it, in one way I fucking don't. Grow up.
I don't know, I do get
but
it.
Like,
I think the point is that obviously people want the variety, because if you don't like Sleep Token, there was no fucker else playing. There was Cradle of Filth playing for 10 minutes. There was a 10-minute overlap. But to be honest, for the first 10 minutes of Sleep Token show, all you could hear was the wind chimes. Yeah. Because you could tell, I don't know what the crack was, but you could tell that there was clearly some sort of arrangement where they had booked out the whole fucking...
Oh, for sure.
Like, it was that slot. Like,
it was heavily Sleep Token this year,
yeah,
to be fair.
Which, if you don't like them, is a bit of a bugger. And like I said, like, there was only Cradle of Filth that overlapped, and it was only for 10 minutes, and during those 10 minutes, it was just wind chimes that were playing.
Pretty much.
By the way, Cradle of Filth, I didn't go into the tent.
Yeah, we didn't see them, but they sounded sick.
They sounded absolutely amazing. And
Jordan and Joss went in.
Yeah.
And he said it was really, like, the show was unreal.
Yeah. And is it Danny Filth?
Yeah, I believe so.
Got engaged as well, so congratulations to him.
Yeah, well, cute.
Yeah, really, really cool, that. So, yeah, they sounded absolutely unreal. But, yeah, like, the whole Sleep Token thing, it just being about Sleep Token. So you saw, like, it was very busy, but also, like, half the festival, well, not half the festival, but, like, a lot of people also left. And because Joss wasn't asked about them, we took the opportunity to actually look around.
Yeah, you went for a wander, didn't you?
Yeah, because I was like, well, because Joss was like, he's bothered about them. I was like, well, I've seen them.
Yeah.
I know what they're like. I like them, but I can also hear them all the way around the campsite.
Yeah,
and they sounded great.
I had a great time at it, to be honest. Like, I really enjoyed it. I thought it looked amazing. They put, like, flowers up the scaffolding and stuff. It just looked sick. And they sounded great. And, yeah, it was just nice.
Yeah.
It was a really good set. But actually, do you know what? I think the standout for me, weirdly enough, did not expect that, is... apologies if I'm pronouncing this wrong. I don't know if it's Ivar or Avar.
Oh, she was fucking insane.
Unbelievable scenes.
Yeah. It's one of those ones as well where she was so... You can tell that she is so much better live. Not that she's bad in terms of recording.
No.
But, like, seeing her live was, like, an ethereal experience.
Oh, the atmosphere was incredible.
She was absolutely great. She played the Dogtooth stage, and it was such a privilege to see her. She's
during Green Day, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was during Green Day, and I'm glad that we watched her instead of Green Day. This is no disrespect to Green Day. Like, they are clearly they've
stood the test of time.
They've stood the test of time. They are fantastic at what they do. But I found some of their set when I came out in between stuff, because basically it was Ivor, and then Apocalyptica, who are...
That was unreal.
Yeah, that was great.
I loved Apocalyptica.
Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah.
But we went and watched them instead of Green Day, and I'm glad that we did, because when we came out and we watched bits of Green Day, it was a lot of call and response, and...
A lot of kind of chatting to the crowd, which is absolutely fine. Like, I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But not always for me. Like, if there's too much of it.
Yeah, there was a bit too much, like...
I heard American Idiot, I was satisfied.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. Like, Green Day are great, fantastic at what they do.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that we made the decision to watch the other two bands. When Apocalyptica played, and obviously, like, people were banging on about Green Day, like, it started raining when... was it when
September Ends?
When September Ends were playing. Well, it started raining for us when Apocalyptica started playing Nothing Else Matters.
Yeah, it was...
So it was fucking so, like, emotional, and...
It was, wasn't it?
It was lovely.
It's really emotional, and the whole crowd, because obviously Apocalyptica's just instrumental.
Yeah.
The whole crowd just singing the lyrics with them.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, goosebumps.
I know, it was great. Thinking about it, yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Really good.
The standout for me was absolutely one of the bands that obviously, like, I absolutely wanted to go see, so maybe I'm biased, but I thought the Scratch absolutely fucking brought the house down. They were unfucking believable. I watched them on Thursday night, yeah?
Yeah.
Thursday night in the Doghouse in the Village. They did also play the Opus stage, but just wanted to watch Sim, and because I'd watched, like, an hour-long set of the Scratch the night before, I was quite happy to give them a miss the second time.
Yeah.
But I would have gone and seen them. Because they were unfucking believable.
I'm going to have to give them a listen. I've not listened to them at all.
It's hard to describe what they are. They're, like, kind of like, they're not folk, and they're not, I wouldn't say, like, totally metal, and they're not really heavy, but they're just very high energy. They're Irish, and just very, like, they just really brought it. Like,
yeah.
I can't describe it. It was so biblical seeing them, and then obviously, like, when you see a band that you like and you've heard the tracks and stuff, seeing them live is also a completely different experience.
Yeah, it can be so euphoric, especially when the sound's really good.
Yeah, and the songs sound like the emotion is different as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was absolutely blown away by them. I can't wait to see them again. If they're touring and stuff, like, I'll absolutely be buying tickets.
Hell yeah.
They also, a lot of, obviously bands as well shouted out, they're pro-Palestine, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Great. And obviously metal itself.
It's so nice to see how progressive the whole festival actually is.
Yes.
And a lot of the artists talked about sort of the political environment that we're in at the moment, and it just felt really nice to be in a crowd of people who felt the same way about what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
There's something about that.
Yeah, and I feel like metal itself is, linked to that thing of wanting to be progressive and do the right thing and be on the right side of history, which is really nice.
Well, there's always been around metal. It's subverting normal culture, right? So you're looking at, well, quite anti-establishment, thought processes,
Yeah.
And that's the point.
Yeah.
It is a statement to be alternative, so why wouldn't you make a statement at an alternative festival?
Well, that's it. The Scratch in particular had shouted out a fundraiser that they had on their page, which I really like. Props to them, because you have some bands obviously that will shout it out, but like maybe won't particularly use their platform to actually do something when they can do something.
Yeah.
The Scratch, props to them, like had like a fundraiser going. It was about like fundraising for a family that was out there, I think in Gaza.
Fair play.
Yeah, so really like massive shout out to them. In terms of other people that really really surprised me, Crossfaith.
Oh my god.
I had never heard of them beforehand. So the lead singer of Crossfaith joined Sim on stage for one song. By the way, Sim were great as well. They were fantastic. I've seen them twice now. Yeah, and then we watched Crossfaith in the Avalanche tent.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Or the Avalanche stage. And they were so high energy. They were absolutely unbelievable. Obviously, I hadn't heard of them from Adam before. Joss just takes me to things, and I'm just like, yeah, I'll go watch them. Cool.
They killed it.
They killed it, and they did one of the best covers of like The Prodigy I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Had the whole crowd going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so props to them for that.
Yeah, they were brilliant.
Yeah. Trying to think of somebody else. Oh, I'd watched Lorna Shaw play at the Opera stage. Now, I'm going to preface this. I am not maybe like even Download's target audience.
You're not into hardcore kind of vocals and stuff like that, yeah.
So even Into the Hellfire, I listened to it a couple of times and I was just like, fucking hell, like
I fucking love that.
Yeah. But Will Ramos, that ability to be able to be that insane of a vocalist, like the show that they actually put on, I was absolutely in awe watching them.
Mm-hmm.
And also as well, they got cut as well. Like, I think it was like the second to last song, which was a bit shit.
Really?
And then they like managed to get back on. I don't know what the fuck happened, but they cut them. Just a great frontman handling that.
Yeah. And
getting the crowd going in all the right ways. Yeah, I was really pleased watching them.
I am a little bit gutted that I didn't come and see them now, but I was that knackered, because it was Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was Sunday.
I was that knackered that I was just like, look, I've pitched up at the Apex stage, main stage. I just can't move.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to see them.
Yeah.
Because I think he is one of the best and strongest vocalists we've got.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I was really gutted that I didn't see them. But you sent me a video of him doing the scream from To the Hellfire.
The pig squeals were just like
unreal.
I was just like, that's kind of why I wanted to go, because I was just like, can you do this live?
Yeah, is this a thing?
I want to know if you can really fucking bring it. And he did. He fucking brought it. I was just watching him, just like absolutely like.
What a guy.
In awe. I thought it was amazing. I genuinely thought it was amazing. I thought the whole Lorna Shaw played really, really well. They got great stage presence.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. Like sometimes for me, who's not personally into a lot, particularly on Sunday, a lot of it was heavier stuff. I watched all sorts of people. I watched. Silosis, I think, was Saturday, but I'd watched Fit for an Autopsy and Malevolence as well. They were really great. Oh, I also, before Malevolence, we were stood with some mates like Rob and Rachel, and I was with Joss, and we met Johnny as well from the Load Down podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was really lovely. But yeah, so I'd watched Malevolence and Silosis and Fit for an Autopsy and Whitechapel as well. Like, I am not the target audience, I think, for a lot of those bands. They are in some ways too heavy for me. However, the actual performance that they put on it makes it so fantastic to watch. So even though it's music that I might not listen to ever again, potentially, like actually watching them, the whole stage presence that they have, fantastic.
Well, this is how I got into heavier stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was never into it. And then I can't remember which year it was now. 2019 maybe?
Yeah.
So I Slipknot, because I wasn't really bothered.
Were you not?
No, I was never into them.
Yeah.
And then I went to see Slipknot, and the show was that unbelievable. I'm obsessed with them now.
Yeah.
And I have been for a while now.
This is it. I think It's great, like, with festivals and stuff, because I think it's good when you can go and maybe you only want to see, like, 3 or 4 bands. Maybe you're not that bothered about the headliners as well, because maybe even the headliners aren't, like, the main
cup of tea or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I think go anyway. And you might end up going along with, like, some of your mates just to see a band that they like. You watch them and you're like...
Oh, actually?
Oh, yeah, that's fucking class, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
You start getting into new shit and it's nice, you broaden your horizons a bit.
Yeah, it's great.
It is really good.
Really great opportunity to do that. And all the while as well, if you just see the bands that you're into, and you might see a couple more that you might be into or you might not be, you can kind of, like, float around the festival and get, like, the full experience of it.
Exactly, yeah.
I also watched the Darkness. I've watched them before. I always think they bring it.
Class.
Yeah, just a really good vibe constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Justin Hawkins. I like watching him on TikTok.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, I absolutely love
What a
Justin.
guy.
Yeah, he's class. I follow his podcast, Justin Hawkins Rides Again, and...
Yeah. He had a slot, didn't he, with the podcast?
He did. Yeah.
Gutted I missed that, really.
I know. But it was, it's really, really good. And he's always been a fantastic frontman. Like, he's always...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
a professional.
I genuinely see them again because it's always good fun. And you know what? I actually really like their new album as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they played, like, a few tracks from it because I think that'll grow on people as well. I think they're a class act, the Darkness.
Oh, big time.
You said about Kim Dracula.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So happy I saw Kim Dracula.
Yeah.
Absolutely love him.
Yeah.
So, I really just wanted to... there's only really one song that I know. And it's Make Me Famous.
Yeah.
And they played that. Oh my god. When we're talking about vocal control, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable shit.
Mm.
So happy that I saw that.
Yeah.
I can't even describe it.
Would you go see him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Jojo Siwa's brother.
Real.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Just incredible.
Mm.
Do you know who I was really happy to see, although we didn't catch all of it? Korn. I've not seen Korn.
No, I've not seen Korn either.
Jord's seen him a few times, I think.
Yeah.
I think some of our mates have as well.
Yeah.
But I'd never seen them.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to seeing them because I do like them. And obviously we had to leave early on the Sunday just to get out of download without it being an absolute faff.
Yeah.
Because I think we were just really tired and overwhelmed by then.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though.
But I was just happy that I saw the bagpipes.
The bagpipes are really good.
That goosebumps.
Yeah, fantastic. Really brought it.
Yeah.
I also was really pleased because I was a bit gutted that we'd left without hearing some of like the bigger songs because obviously I'm not like massively into Korn, but the songs obviously that I like.
We know the hits.
We know the hits, right? And when we were back at the car, I got to hear your one single like from
really?
the so I was like grooving along, packing up my car, like
get it.
It was so good. Yeah, they were fantastic. They know how to put on a show.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Like really, really good. We can't talk about Download without talking about President.
Lad, right,
oh, so fucking hell, that was mayhem.
Fucking stupid, in my opinion, putting them on the Dogtooth stage, right?
I get why they did it.
The hype's been unreal for them.
Yeah, I get why
should have
they
been
did
on
it.
Opus, I think.
Yeah, but imagine like that being your debut.
Yeah.
Like, you've got 2 songs out, nobody knows who you are.
True, yeah, I suppose it's not really fair on...
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning. I do think it could have filled the Opus stage.
Big time.
Big time. There were people, oh my god, I got caught in so many crushes that day because of the day ticket holders, but...
yeah, Sunday was a busiest day.
Sunday was bonkers.
There were so many crushes. Well, not actual crushes, do you know what I mean? It wasn't like...
No, but...
like death or anything like that.
But it was like when you're stuck in a crowd and you can't fucking move.
Yeah, your feet aren't really touching the floor.
Yeah, it's not nice.
It gets a lot. But it's to be expected. It happened. Like, it's not that we're whinging about it. It's just that there gets a point where you're sort of weighing it up. I was weighing it up, the Dogtooth stage, to try and get in. And I just thought, do you know what? It's just not going to fucking happen. If I stand here, I'm not going to see anything, so what's the point?
Yeah.
And being, like, sardined in.
That's what me and Josh thought, because we'd actually got there, not really early, but maybe like 15, 20 minutes before President was on. We knew that we wouldn't have, like, a cat and else chance of getting to the front, obviously, but we thought, maybe we'll just, poke our heads in the back or something like that. Couldn't even get close. We were coming down, so we were coming from the Welders Yard, which is right up at the top,
Mm-hmm.
near the entrance, and then the Dogtooth stage, as you're looking at the apex stage, is to the right, and we couldn't even get through to get to, like...
No, we couldn't even get to the merch store. It was literally just bombed out that whole area.
Yeah, it was...
So we had to, like, move forward. So we just moved forward onto the banking.
Yeah.
By the Ferris wheel, facing Meshuggah.
Yeah.
But we could still hear President really clearly. That was fine.
Yeah, it was class, actually, because, I just listened.
He sounded really good.
He did sound... Good old Charlie. Sounded really, really good.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We can't say that it is.
You can't say that.
But at least change your jewellery if you're going to play a busted set.
Don't wear the same bloody bracelet.
Silly, silly man.
Silly man.
I tell you what, though, it was great. And the new songs, they sounded fucking class. If it is Charlie Simpson, which I strongly suspect it is, I like this project much more than 5 Star. So...
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've busted with, like, my first, like, this is the band that I love as a kid.
Yeah, obsessed with.
Yeah, I was absolutely obsessed with. I loved Matt Willis. As a child. But, like, I'm here for the Charlie Simpson renaissance in President.
Yeah.
I get that people think that maybe he might be, like, copying Sleep Token a little bit. But I'm excited to see where he goes with it because the songs are actually quite good.
There's a lot of people that are moaning about the masked thing.
Yeah.
No, right? I love it.
Yeah.
I like the mystique. I like everyone sleuthing online.
Yeah.
And, like, digging out the receipt. I love it. It's exciting.
It creates hype around it. I think it's actually quite clever because I think Charlie Simpson... There's part of me that thinks he did it on purpose, like, not swapping out his bracelets so that you know it's him. That's why it's drawn so big of a crowd.
Yeah.
You know it's him, but you don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
There was, like, a bit of, like, chatter in the crowd going, yep, this is definitely an industry band, so, yeah, it's definitely got to be someone like Charlie.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I
think it's brilliant, me.
Yeah.
I like concept bands.
Yeah.
And I know people think it's cringe and it's overdone. I don't. I think it's creative. I like it. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, do something weird.
This is it. Yeah. And President is, like, it's a bit odd. And I still think it is a little bit different to Sleep Token.
Well, it is, I think.
I think it's clearly more political.
It's clearly more political.
Yeah.
And I find it more eerie.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, because the mask is so uncanny valley.
It's awful.
It's horrible, which is great. Whereas Sleep Token's like, it's not human.
Pretty mystique.
Yeah.
It's like romantic mystique.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy thing. It's not.
It is.
It's still trying to be human, whereas President is. So yeah, I'm excited to see where they go from here now because now they've had the download debut. They've had 2 songs out, but they played 5, I think, in total.
Something like that, wasn't it? It was like, what was it, half hour?
Yeah, because it was 3 new songs as well that we didn't hear, which sounded class.
They did sound really good.
I'm excited to see where they go from here. Somebody else that we caught that we tried to catch, but again, same sort of issue because the temp's absolutely fucking packed. Venga Boys.
The Venga Boys.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Venga Boys.
They were absolutely, they were class.
Yeah, the metalheads loved the Venga Boys.
So
there was
much
people
so.
dressed in Venga buses. They'd like made Venga buses
That
to
was class.
wear out
Yeah.
of cardboard and stuff like that. Looked amazing.
Yeah, absolutely class.
Everyone had a good time, I think.
I think, again, you could put... I know, but this is the thing. It was in the village, wasn't it? On Thursday, the Venga Boys were. And, yeah, they were in the doghouse. I'd love to see them on a stage. But then again, it's that thing of... It's a metal festival, isn't it? Why would you have the Venga Boys?
Why ever not?
I know.
Everyone loved it.
I know.
Everyone was in there. It was bombed out.
It was great. It was just such a vibe. It was just...
It was so funny. Everyone just being silly and like just having so much fun with it.
Yeah, we couldn't get
so good.
We couldn't get in to save our lives, but we all just sort of stood in a circle and were like grieving to the Venga Boys outside.
Yeah, we were having a drink, weren't we, outside and just having a little bop to him. It was great.
Yeah, it was class.
Another one that got bombed out that we, even though we didn't get to, we wouldn't have gotten in anyway.
Yeah.
McFly.
They did. I'd seen clips actually of them doing like a little Metallica cover.
Yeah.
Which was class. And then that bit where Dougie was like, "We've never had a wall of death." we've never done it, blah, blah, blah. And then it drops into, it's all about you.
Yeah.
Really funny. Really class.
That was really good.
I think they were a great pick for download. Like, because this is the thing, that like, McFly is a lot of people's first introduction, at least of my age, to, like, I say heavier stuff, it's not really, but it's like rock music.
The kind of alt sphere, the beginnings of it when you're a kid.
It's like, because it's pop rock, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's not heavy, like, McFly is not heavy by any means.
No, and they know that, but they had so much fun with it.
Yeah, exactly, and again, completely bombed out, so clearly it was popular.
Hell yeah, it's nostalgia.
Yeah. This is the thing, that you put somebody like Busted on McFly or something, like, on, in like a festival like this, or the Venga Boys, it will get absolutely mobbed.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It appeals to British people of a certain age,
yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
That age being my age. Or even my mum's age, because obviously, like, you know, our parents and stuff grew up listening, well, I say grew up, like, with us listened to
They
Busted.
had to listen to, like, Venga Boys.
Venga Boys, Busted and McFly, because that's our era.
Yeah.
For sure. Is there anybody that you were like, not sure about this? Anyone that you weren't too big of a fan of?
I'm trying to think now. Honestly, not many, because I think once the adrenaline's going anyway, you're just kind of loving everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you got any that spring to mind?
For me, so I'd seen this band before, and I was really looking forward to seeing them because they were absolutely class last time. So Zetra were fantastic when I saw them live.
Yeah.
They were supporting Health. And that's how I got introduced to them. But they were on the Dogtooth stage, and it genuinely wasn't their fault, because they are a fantastic, fantastic band. But there was something about the Dogtooth stage where a lot of, like, the vocals and the top layer stuff was just getting missed. So it was really bassy, you couldn't hear them, but that wasn't their fault. Like, it was, I don't know if the sound engineer hated them or what, but, like, yeah, it was such a shame about that.
But yeah, that is a shame.
Because yeah, they are absolutely class band, like really, really good. They're like new wave kind of, like, but they dress like old school goths, so it's
cool.
Yeah, they've got such a look about them, and really, really great vibe and great songs. And they had a new song out that I was really looking forward to listening to, but yeah, it was just too bassy, which was such a shame. But I found that with a couple of bands on the Dogtooth stage, like, you couldn't actually hear...
The bass was massive. Like...
Yeah, you couldn't hear the singers, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
So, yeah. As well, there was an incident at the... when was it? What night was it? Was it Friday?
So,
I think...
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Right, so we'd all gone to camp and got a bit pissed up, but we were tired and we knew that we had to be up early for Sunday to get our gear out so we could go back to the arena and then leave on Sunday night.
Yeah.
But like Jamie had got his massive second wind and was like, fuck it, for you lot to go to bed, I'm going to the village. So he did.
Crazy man.
Yeah. And he went to the doghouse for Maud Step.
Oh, yeah.
And he said the set ended up getting cut because somebody had climbed the scaffolding. Like free climbed it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of videos and stuff, if you have a look on download groups and that, you can see this guy climbing the bloody scaffold. Now, once he got up the scaffold, he got a Palestinian flag out.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I've got absolutely no issue with that.
Yeah.
100%, like, agree with it.
Yeah.
What I don't agree with is endangering and also kind of, like, you're seriously endangering yourself.
Yeah.
And potentially other people as well. He fell from, because he climbed really high.
Yeah.
He fell from that height, that's death.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. So the crew, I felt sorry for the crew because they'll have been absolutely fucking shitting themselves.
Yeah.
Because they have a duty of care.
Yeah.
To everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
The bands didn't get to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are pretty pissed off with it.
Yeah.
I think that there's ways to make a statement like that. For example, there was like if you're on, you know, when you're like on the download cam, like at the apex stage.
Yeah.
And you're like zooming in when you're on someone's shoulders.
Right, yeah.
Do it then.
Yeah.
Hold up a flag then.
Yeah.
You'd probably get more visibility because it's on Sky. It goes on Sky Arts.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Whereas doing something like that, no one's gonna televise that because it's fucking dangerous.
Yeah. The thing is that I half agree with it and I half don't, because to me, like, protests are they're supposed to be inconvenient.
Yeah, like you're supposed to make a ruckus. I completely understand that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, but then I also think about the fact that, like, you're preaching to the wrong crowd.
They're in agreement with you anyway, so what statement are you making?
Yeah.
The vast majority of people there.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what I mean. So I do agree with that guy. I just don't think... I think there was ways that he could have been more effective, because I agree with, like, this is the thing, I know it sounds really bad, like, I do agree with maybe, like, inconveniencing people to make a point about something. However, I don't think it was that effective in that environment.
No, I don't. I think he made a wrong choice there.
Yeah. But I massively agree with the message, and I totally get why he did it. Like,
yeah, 100%. I agree with that, yeah. But I think, also, if you're going to do something as insane as that...
Yeah.
Like the Scratch, like to me, the Scratch did it in a really good way.
Yeah.
It's like they talked about a fundraiser or whatever.
Yeah.
If he'd have had more than just the flag and maybe like a link to something, I feel like I'd have been more...
He was waving a link.
like waving a QR code.
Fuck's sake, man.
You know what I mean though, like, it's just... You've been a dick there.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Especially endangering other people, because if he'd have fallen and landed on people...
Yeah.
That makes you a dick, I'm sorry.
That's the thing, like, to me, protests are about inconveniencing the shit out of people, not putting anybody else in danger.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be annoying.
Yeah.
Which I get that it was.
It's supposed to catch attention. It's supposed to, make people look and look again and think twice and
talk about it.
Which I guess in a way we're talking about it.
Yeah. So
okay, yeah. But
yeah. And on that note, free Palestine.
Yes, free Palestine.
So yeah, maybe it's achieved what he wanted to achieve, because we're talking about it, which to me is the whole point of protesting. It's causing as much of a ruckus that it pisses people off that they talk about it.
Yeah. Which
is exactly what we're doing. So
yeah,
maybe objective achieved.
Just don't climb a fucking scaffold in the middle of a festival, you absolute goon.
Also that.
Don't do that.
In terms of then, there's one thing that we didn't mention that I did. Well, it's not somebody who I disliked. It was something that I disliked about the festival. The festival itself was actually really fucking well organised, and props to, like, the team who put it together.
Hugely so.
Absolutely fucking believable organisation.
Mega improvements on past festivals.
And this was my first experience of a festival ever, like camping over. I would come back.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think I would do, because it's 5 days in a tent.
Yeah.
And I can't bear to be stinky. The one drawback that I think there was the water. So because of how hot it was, you needed to stay hydrated. I don't know how the fuck people were.
You had to constantly drink.
Yeah, you were constantly drinking. Like, it was only on a whim that I actually got, like, a water bottle, like one of those ones that you Caribbean sees have the little roll-up flat ones. It was only on a whim that I got that, because it was like £1.50 from Asda. And I'm fucking glad that I did, because Jesus fucking Christ. Like, there was water points that were free, obviously, around the festival. I think there could have been more.
I agree.
For a start, because there was queues that were going so fucking long, and I don't think that people should have to queue to get water when it's like 25 degrees and there's no cloud cover and there's no shade anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, that to me is really bad. But then, obviously, because of that, and I was guilty of this too, you go, fuck it, it's too hot to queue for water that's free, and you go to a food vendor, and every single food vendor was selling water, but it's the fact that they're selling water and it's like £2.50 to £3 a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's...
How much are them drip cans? Were they like £3, £3.50, something like that?
So they range between £2.60 to £3.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I must have spent probably about £40 on water.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd probably done the same.
Which is bonkers.
Yeah.
Because there was points where it was free, obviously. And, like, sometimes, yeah, you could get to it when it wasn't so hot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the fact that why the fuck am I paying this much for water? Why am I paying for water?
Yeah, it's mad.
And why is there not more water points?
There should have been more. I think there should have been more water points and more cubicle blocks. So
Yeah.
although having said that, right,
Yes.
the toilets this year, unbelievably good.
Unreal.
Like
Unreal
I've
Portaloos.
never seen anything like it.
Yeah, if half my ticket money goes on Portaloos and paper Portaloos, fine.
I am fine with it.
Yeah.
Because the Portaloos this year were really nice.
Yeah.
They were almost like porcelain toilets.
Yeah.
That
flushed properly.
Flushed properly. Like it was like an aeroplane flush, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
They were clean. Every single Portaloo I went in was clean and smelled like lemons.
Yep. They were getting cleaned regularly, which
Have you
like
ever heard of that? At a
No.
festival with 75,000 people or whatever it is.
no. This is the thing, like on Sunday in particular I was a bit sort of like, ooh, what's it gonna be like, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. You think by Sunday like there's shit piling up and it's horrendous, and
It wasn't.
and it wasn't.
It was fine.
It was totally fine.
There was only one Portaloo that I went in all week that had no toilet roll.
Really?
Yeah. Every
Actually-
other Portaloo had plenty of toilet roll in it.
Actually saying that, every single Portaloo that I went in had toilet roll.
Yeah.
And there was somebody who was making sure that they were all stocked up as well.
Yeah.
You know, so actually...
And they had proper sinks to wash your hands.
yeah, they
And the
did.
sanitizer was actually made your hands feel clean and not tacky.
Yeah,
It was like that foam stuff.
yeah, it was...
Oh, it was amazing.
And they had mirrors as well.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely unfucking believable.
I was gobsmacked. I just wanted more sets of the cubicles.
I think they could have done with maybe one more.
Because you did have to walk like a mile.
Well, it was
If you went
either-
to the welder's yard,
Yeah,
you had to walk all the way almost to the avalanche stage.
yeah.
Was it avalanche?
It was past the Opus stage,
Past the
yeah.
Opus.
Yeah, so it was in between the Opus and the Avalanche stage, so that was one. They had the squat urinals, which I did not go to, but I wish I did, just to see what they were
I
like.
know, I should have tried it.
And then the other ones were positioned near, like, it was in between the Apex stage and the Dogtooth stage.
Yeah, there was just a big gap
Yeah,
between toilets, so if you needed it, you were running.
yeah. And obviously you've got to, like, plan that around who you're seeing and stuff as well.
True.
For the most part, it was fine.
Yeah, it was.
It was. And to be honest, if that's the compromise, that you either have, like, shit-up toilets and there's more of them, or you have nice squeaky clean toilets, but they're literally in 2 points.
I'll take the squeaky cleans.
I'll take the squeaky cleans. For the most part, it was fine. Like,
yeah, it was, yeah.
I just wish that there were more water points.
Mm.
And I do find it a bit disgusting that people obviously capitalise on when you need water. Like, the fact that I've spending £3 on water each time I needed it.
Capitalising on water and medication is a joke.
Yeah. This
This is not America.
No. But, having said that,
The festival was fucking phenomenal.
it was an absolutely phenomenal festival.
Yeah.
Really incredibly well done.
My favourite one so far.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would go back.
Yeah.
Even if it cost me £1 million to do it again.
Yeah. They've made it so much easier for the punters to live
Yeah.
through it
Yeah.
than they have in previous years. So, yeah, kudos to that.
Yeah. How was your drive home?
Oh, Christ alive. Oh, my God. Right. I was dying.
Sunday was a long day, wasn't it?
It was a bad day. Well, no, it was a good day. It was just a long day. So, we left at like 10 p.m, so during Corn.
Yeah.
Because we just needed to get home.
Yeah.
We just had enough.
Yeah.
We got to the North car park.
Yep.
It was still warm.
Yeah.
We were kind of sunburnt.
Yeah.
Knackered.
Mm.
Covered in our own filth.
Yeah.
Absolutely honking. Half pissed. Probably dehydrated.
Yeah.
Wow. What a feeling. Got in the car. And I thought I was terrified of Jordan falling asleep.
Yeah.
He never ever has before, but
Yeah.
we were that fucked. So we put on Spotify. We started playing some of the songs that we'd heard throughout the festival.
Yeah.
Screaming them all the way home. That's a 3-hour drive?
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, screamed
Yeah.
them all the way home. Jamie went to sleep. Don't know how we did it because we were screaming.
It's all that partying.
Yeah. Yeah. It was alright. The drive was fine. I finally got into bed. So, I got in the door, immediately got showered. Wouldn't even get into bed.
See.
I just had to get it off me.
Yeah.
I even exfoliated my face.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because
Are you peeling as well, by the way?
yeah. Bits of me are just falling off still.
Yeah.
But the thing was, when you, like, after the festival, when you rub your skin, you get, like, that, like, rolled up black
crap
that comes out your skin. I just needed it off. So I got showered, finally crawled into bed at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Peeled my contact lenses from my eyeballs.
Yeah.
They were dry as fuck. And just died.
Yeah.
I just died for like 12 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable. My feet, never been sore in my life.
Oh, yeah.
Blisters, yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Mm.
Chafing, absolutely. Yeah. How was your drive?
All right. I realised about... we had to pull over at the first services because I realised that my contact lenses weren't working and I couldn't see properly. So I'd done like the first like half an hour, 40 minutes, couldn't see.
Oh, hell.
So Joss was like, do you know where you're going? I was like, luckily it's the motorway and it's a straight line and there's not very many cars. I'm fairly certain that I've probably broken the speed limit. And I'll be getting a speeding ticket through the door in maybe a couple of weeks.
Just hoofing it home.
It's just fucking, it's the average speed cameras, man. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
And then, what else? Yeah, we got in the door. Me and Joss...
Did you go straight to bed?
I went straight... I was fucking knacked, mate. Like,
bro.
I'd got in and I was just... We hadn't actually changed the sheets. In some ways, maybe I was thinking ahead. We hadn't changed the sheets from when we left. Because obviously a lot of people like clean the houses and make sure they get into a really clean house.
Yeah, we did that.
I couldn't be arsed getting a shower when I got in, so me and Joss just went to bed absolutely fucking filthy, stinking, marinating in our own juices.
You bloody trogs.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting. And then got up the next day, then got showered and changed the bed, and then went back to sleep.
Fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah, after being yelled at by the cat for leaving him for 5 days.
Aww.
So...
Poor baby.
Poor baby stole a fry off me. From our Mackies. It was really funny actually. We didn't realise until the fry was in his mouth. Until it was way too late.
That's his festival.
Yeah, that's his festival. I was like, right, fair enough, Den.
Mackies fry.
But yeah, it was I didn't do too badly.
I was a bit worried about, you know when we left you in the North car park and we said bye.
Yeah.
You looked so pale and tired. I was like, oh no, babe.
It was because I was trying to keep up with you guys and I was like, my legs just can't do it. Like, I was walking and I just couldn't keep up with you.
I was struggling to keep up, to be fair.
I was like, slow the pace down, please.
I was just, oh God, we just hoofed it home.
Yeah.
Hoofed it.
And, yeah, so we... Joss kept offering, blessing him, that to drive home because he can drive, like, his insurance covers him on my car.
Yeah.
I went, no, it's fine, and, like, insisted. I was like, no, it's absolutely fine. Good fucking job as well. Man was asleep, like, for the last hour and a half of the journey.
No.
So I was there, like I say, like a mental patient, rocking backwards and forwards, driving home.
Joss, you're a shit co-pilot. At least I was, like, keeping the party bus going and keeping him awake.
Oh no, Joss was like, I'm really sorry I've fallen asleep. I was like, no, it's fine. You crack on. I'm weaving in and out of, like, the lanes to the Copacabana. Mumbling it to myself.
Delirium.
Like someone on a psych ward. Yeah. We got home. I said to him as well, I was like, I've got to stop off at my parents' house because I need to pick up my electric toothbrush because at that point I was done with the manual. I'd had enough.
Yeah, it's ranking it.
Absolutely awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed it. And a face mask. I picked up a face mask.
I've never been so glad for a leaf in all my life.
Oh no. Yeah.
God.
I never thought I'd be clean again, when we were in the field. I'd accepted, like, this is me now, I'm a field goblin.
A new and lower standard of living.
Yeah.
Just accepted, don't you?
Yeah. I tell you what, though, like, genuinely, if, for whatever reason, I didn't have a house and I was homeless, the elements would get me.
I would die of exposure.
Yeah. 100%. I would and all.
Yeah.
Fucking awful.
Yeah, horrific.
But, like I said, I think if it rained at Download, I would have been fucked because of who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And just can't cope with things. But, like, yeah, whilst it was Burnload, I've got a great colour on me now. I look like I've been on holiday.
Yeah, I'm very freckly.
Yeah.
I must say.
But, yeah, it was altogether a really fucking good experience. We had no fallouts either, which was a result.
We got, everyone sort of got individually ratty at different points, but not with each other, just in general.
Yeah.
Just annoyed at the heat and the sticky and
yeah.
The gross.
Yeah.
But, do you know what? Brilliant company.
Yeah. Great company.
Yeah.
Great crack. Great fucking festival.
Yeah.
I'd do it all again.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was really nice, like, bumping into people that we know. Like, we saw Flo, and Paps. And we saw Dave.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously Rob and Rachel met up with us, and the Davises met up with us, and, yeah, do you know what? Great time.
Yeah.
Unbelievable time.
I'd do it all again. It was class.
100%.
So, yeah. I think this yapping has come to an end.
I think it is. Before we wrap it up, have you got any festival advice that you'd like to close with?
Wet wipes are a currency.
Yes.
So, bring loads.
Absolutely.
The rich man is the one with the most wipes.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
100%.
I think my advice is you're going to get overwhelmed with the gross.
Yeah.
Just crack on.
Yeah, man.
It'll be alright. Take Pro Plus. Stay hydrated. And get on with it, mate. You'll have a great time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Embrace the filth.
Just do it.
Right?
We're officially closing.
Yeah. Download over.
Download over.
Right, we'll see you next time.
On the next one.
Bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Oh, mate, we just constantly had swamp tits.
Swamp ass.
Swamp belly button.
I was swimming in my own sweat for days.